This is a simple tutorial on how to beat another wave to be ruled. I doubt anyone cares too much, but before this video starts I do want to say this will contain spoilers for the map Another Wave to be Ruled. Although this is based off of historical events, I will not be naming any of them by name in this video, there will only be hints at what they are. And obviously these are not 100% accurate, like no, of course we didn't defeat Napoleon using throwable boulders on a river. This map is highly exaggerated and made to be enjoyed by a Fortnite player and have interesting level design and gameplay, so it's not going to be 100% accurate. Anyway, let's start the video. You can play this map with up to 4 people. The spawner is in a tunnel. You go through the light at the very end of the tunnel. You start nearing the end of the tunnel. Once you emerge from the end, you will find yourself in an old city parted by the river in the year 1666. You will find a ladder on the coast that will bring you to the city. An arrow will appear on your screen. Follow that arrow, and once you reach your destination, you will be given a piece of text on your screen letting you know the city has been engulfed in flames. You will be taking tick damage until you evacuate the city. When you go back the way you came, there will be a wall of fire blocking exit. There are 2 different workarounds for this level. I'm going to let you find out one yourself when you play the map, but the one I'm going to show you is here. You can climb the buildings and take a shortcut through the city. After finishing the skilled interaction, you are brought to the next stage of the map. For this level you will have a 1-minute time to set up a base in the green zone, and when you enter you are actually given builds until the timer is up. When the timer finishes, your screen is smoked for 1 second and then it reveals a bunch of enemy soldiers. They can shred you quickly, but that's why we have our builds as cover. Once you take out the front line of guards, you can make your way closer to the enemy flagpole and kill the final guards and then take down the flag. For the 3rd level you are given a warning to take cover as soon as you can, because when the level starts there are lots of soldiers behind the trees. You can use the trees as cover as well as the bushes to protect you from bullets. You can also find the crates that give you items like grenades when you shoot them. Once you kill all the guards, you have to capture the white building and consistently killing respawning enemies until you capture a building, and once you capture a building you are given a torch to set the building on the fire to end the level. You are brought to a ship in the Nordic landscape to stop them from trading with the enemy, but you are surrounded by incoming enemy boats. You eliminate all of them, including the 2 on the nearby islands. And once you do that, you'll be given access to a cannon, and once you hold the skill check down and complete it 3 times in a row, the cannon will fire, destroying the port. In the next level, you are on this rainy public hill landscape, and then the bridge that you walk on will collapse. You drop all of your weapons and are surrounded by guards, but using the throwable boulder you can expose the enemy weapon supply and fight back. After raising your black and white cross flag, you are given a small cutscene, and after that finishes you are teleported to the startup scene for the next level. Upon the assassination of a historical figure, you find yourself in the trenches, and after a minute passes you can rush the battlefield, but you are suddenly knocked down, and then the next thing you know you are in a hospital recovering. After that is finished, you're in the first stage of a 3-segment level, and you have to find a mechanical piece to build a gun, but once you run out of time a plane will crash, with an invulnerable guard shooting rockets towards you. But the only way to eliminate him is by shooting the nearby explosive barrel. The 2nd segment you get to fly a plane and kill enemies as you maneuver your way through the terrain. Once you reach the destination, the plane will destroy. And on the 3rd segment you fall onto an enemy plane and jump from plane to plane, killing pilots and jumping into the water and eliminate enemy guards on a ship. After you clear the boat you will be thrown into a cutscene for a historical speech. For the next level you emerge from boats storming a beach in France. You have to survive until the capture point appears, and when you capture the capture point a bomb is dropped on one of the seawall bases and a new capture point appears. When you capture the 2nd point all enemies are eliminated and you are tasked with collecting data to bring home. For the final level you have to fight your way through the streets of a big city, eliminating guards until you reach the end. Once you reach the end you are put into the final cutscene of the map. Upon finishing the map you are walking through a black hallway looking back at past levels. At the very end you are brought back to the mapping room from the start of the map, optimized as a final victory room to end off the experience. That's everything in my new map Another Wave to be Ruled. I hope you enjoyed the map enough to maybe go play it yourself. Subscribe if you want to see more creations or help me get more maps like this out in the future. You can even go favorite me as a creator in Fortnite's Discovery. That's about everything, and that's the thing. Huh? Bye bye now.